place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Those defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Room here to run. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Packers sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. A give up the middle to Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find Lazard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And a short gain here down to the 22.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. That is first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they should back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Back to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the 49ers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Leonard.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. On the counter, it's Henry. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Off play action. Leonard escaping the pressure right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Henry, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And they'll send the tight end in motion. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Now a play fake here on first down. This one caught by Kittle.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they run the option on second down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Leonard. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 46. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
But since the leaping rules were changed back in 2017, we only average about 1 block kick per week league-wide. They pulled out all the stops there, got someone in there, delivered a big block.
I actually didn't think it was that high. I thought it was even less than that, but those guys executed perfection right there. Really brought excellent effort on that snap. Can't ask for anything more, and they got it done.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And the slot man goes in motion left.
They'll run for it with Akers.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. first down carry for Henry. A solid stiff arm.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 103 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Throwing on first down.
Leonard. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Running left, it's Henry. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Back to throw.
Leonard. This will go to Henry out wide.
Pushes him over, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll try to run for it with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal.
Here's Henry. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I'm taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
And his kick is good.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 9 now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
This is intercepted. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 25.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have.
Akers hit. He coughs it up.
And now this is scooped up. Now the ball comes loose. Goodness, nobody wanting to hold on to that football. 2 fumbles, one by each team on the same play. Not something you see every week.
No, not at all. And you and I both know how important possessions are nowadays in the NFL, because there's not much difference between teams. So when you get a chance for a takeaway, you've got to hold on to the football yourself. Don't give it right back to them.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
On play action, they'll throw.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28. They go play action here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They'll look to throw again.
On the out route, Dobbs brings it in.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
In motion, the tight end. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Romeo Dobbs,
his second touchdown on the season.
And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
To throw on third down, Leonard.
That's caught. He finds Danny Gray.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere.
Devontae Wyatt there for the stop.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Now, first down run with Henry that time as he maneuvers forward for about 4 yards.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Leonard. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Back to throw now on first down. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Second down and inches. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Woods the receiver in motion right. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
And the tight end goes in motion left. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14.
They'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Slot man moves right. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Leonard.
That's caught by Ayuk on the slant.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Leonard. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Leo Chanel. And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40. My, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll go as a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw.
Pass complete to Akers on the out route.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. Back to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
He's back to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll set up a throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. to spike it with time remaining. And now in field goal range here with a chance to get this one to OT.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Now a first throw here in overtime. He's got the hook up to Lazard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath. And boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. They'll look to throw again. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll run here with Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
This one caught by Kittle. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
So now after that big play, things come into focus a little bit sharper, because at this point in overtime, a field goal is all they need. That big play there sets them up in field goal range. They want to try and finish this game off.
Inside handoff, Henry. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
To throw on 2nd down, Leonard. And his throw here is incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road.